Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is Katsuninken in his IS-3. He's just bought the IS-3 and he's one of the officers in MI6 clan on the Southeast Asian server. He's platooning with Mustang, who's also in her IS-3. She's the one that encouraged him to get it, and I remember when he was grinding through the IS at tier 7 to get it, there was some very frustrating moments. But now he's got his IS-3. It's pretty much stock. It does have the top turret, but it definitely doesn't have the big gun on it. And he's on Winterberg, and they're platooning in the Muzkateers Platoon. Muz and Kats often platoon, and they're always welcoming new players to join their platoons, no matter what kind of tanks you play. So if you're thinking of joining a clan, MI6 is one of the best clans on the Southeast Asian server for welcoming new players, for having a laugh, using TeamSpeak, platooning, clan wars, strongholds. So if you're into all that kind of stuff and that sounds good, please consider applying for MI6 clan. Now they're pushing down to where the heavies normally go, and they're doing the opposite of what I normally do. I normally push around this corner, get blown apart by the heavies and finished off by artillery. There are 3 artilleries on the enemy side, and even though one of them's only a tier 6, they can still do plenty of damage if they land a shell on the back of these IS-3s. So while we're waiting for all the action to happen, you can see they've spotted quite a few of those enemy tanks, but those enemy tanks aren't going to push around either. A massive hello to Aiden and Sam, Katz's 2 boys. Hope you have a really good Christmas, guys. It's not far away. And when you start playing World of Tanks, make sure you join MI6 clan. You'll be more than welcome. But anyway, now back to the Muzkateers. They're on this corner. They're just going to sit here for a while and work out exactly who's there. You can hear the artillery shots going off. That's probably from both sides. The Lorraine 15551 you can see on Muz and Kat's side is up on the top right corner of the mini-map. He might have shots on those heavy tanks that are looking around the corner. So they're just staying there and keeping those tanks proxy spotted by hugging that wall. And they're doing a manoeuvre which Sir Forsaken used to talk about, and we did a few training sessions on it at MI6. It might be called Echelon. I'm hoping he'll correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But if you want to see some good replays, please consider looking and subscribing to Sir Forsaken's channel, which I'll put a link in the video description. Muz has made the call to move forward, so they're going to move forward a little bit. There are 3 heavy tanks there. Kats does the absolute right thing here and tracks that Oho. Gets tracked himself, but looks like he's forgotten to load a repair kit, but you can bounce that IS. And anyway, someone's lit the IS on fire. It might have been Muz, or it might have been that Jade Tiger behind them. They're winning comfortably 2-0, but it's definitely not over yet. It's still early days. So they're just, with that little push, you can see the artillery, looks like artillery took a bit of health off them. So they're still just playing a little bit conservatively at this stage. Those heavy tanks, one of them's only an M6 at tier 6. But there's also the IS-3 and the Oho there. And who knows what else is backing him up. That SU-100Y is doing the right thing and not poking, because he'll get blown apart as soon as he shows himself. They're now winning 4-0, which is a good way to start the game. It's good when your team does a little bit of damage early. It takes a little bit of pressure off. 5-0 now the score. Looks like they're getting ready to move. They're thinking about it. They're worried about the artillery. They probably haven't heard the artillery go off for a while. And you can see on the minimap the IS and the T29 on Muz and Kats' side is putting a bit of damage in from that side, but they're both on pretty low health. Looks like they've taken a bit of damage as well. So they're just waiting. You can see Muz has got the Aussie flag on her tank there, which is awesome. Is that IS-3 going to push? He's on full health. There's your first kill of the day. A massive 3 damage from Kats there, taking out the M6. You love it. You love it when M6s take that angle and just drive right in front of your gun. The IS-3 is just looking around. He's side scraping as well now, and you'll see here why side scraping works. Kats takes a bit of a punt here and takes a shot, but Doesn't really do it. He's already tracked, so he might have retracked him. They do lose a couple of tanks. Cats is just trying to keep him tracked because he's down to not far over half health, that IS-3. And looks like they've made the call to push forward. That Jag Tiger will help him. Cats moves forward, gets a good shot, gets the angle perfect on that IS-3 and takes him for 71 damage. But he'll take the kill. That's 2 kills. I'm not sure who damaged Mustang then, if it was the Jag Tiger or the Oho. I did hear the Oho fire. The Cats again not being selfish, going for the tracking shot just to try and keep that Oho tracked. Mustang goes wide, takes a couple of hundred out of the Oho. Takes a bit of damage as well. Looks like she's tracked there. Cats puts a side shot into the Oho, which is the right thing to do. This is probably the only mistake Cats makes here. The Oho, I believe, if it's like all the other Japanese tanks, the armour at the back is just as good as the armour at the front. But he puts one into the back of his head and takes his kill count up to 3. Unfortunately, the Oho takes Mustang out as well at the same time. So Cats does a little bit of CPR in Mustang, but nah, she can't be saved. And now he's pushing around back towards. He's looking at going back towards the enemy flag, but there's an STA2 who's probably the best player on the enemy side. He's already got 3 kills. You can see he's a green player going by his stats. And the T-29's just lit him up. The T-29's in a bit of trouble here because the T-29 hasn't got much health. He's down to 45 health now, and the STA's on 500, so there's not much chance for that T-29 now. But Cats is doing the right thing. He's going to come around behind him. The auto aims here. A replay shows that he's auto aiming on that dead tank, but he's not. You can see where his gun's pointing. Bounces a shot from the STA, but then takes him down. Rams him a bit just to take him down a little bit more, so he's in the range where he can finish him off with a shot, but he does get a pretty high roll there of 248. Takes another shot, taps him again, and gets rid of him. That's 4 kills. They're winning 12-9 here, so it might be easy to say that the game's in the bag, but another one's just been killed. The T-34-1's just been killed on Cats' side. Pauses just to have a bit of a look around. He's looking at that Easy 8 now, I think. That Easy 8 could, with a little bit of luck, could easily take out their 3 artilleries. And then possibly even cap. So Cats is going to go back now, and one of the artilleries is gone. The Fury on Cats' side is down on the enemy flag and looking at those 2 arties that are down at the base. Well, Cats is going back in. You see him. You can see the Easy 8's tracked here, so he aims and takes a beautiful shot into his side. Keeps aiming, doesn't auto aim here. He's got to lead it because he's a reasonably fast tank. He leads the Easy 8 and takes him out. But the Fury on Cats' side, who was on the enemy flag, has been killed by the S-51, the Tier 7 Russian artillery. And on 5 kills, Cats is going straight for where those last 2 artillery were spotted. Fairly certain that at least one of those artillery has been damaged because they were both lit up, and there's a very good chance that the artilleries on Cats' side probably took a few shots at them and did a little bit of damage. The Fury who's just killed has just put in the chat 1 hit point 7, so to me that means one of them is only on 7 hit points, so Cats could ram him to death if he wants to with only 7 hit points. There he is. It's the S-51. Now I've seen the S-51 take a Tier 9 Russian heavy down to half health with landing a shot on the back of his engine. So even though it's only a Tier 7 and Cats is a Tier 8, the Tier 7 can definitely do a lot of damage into a Tier 8 heavy tank. I've seen it do it on the STI. It's quite worrying. And this is a really good thing to see in randoms. It doesn't always happen. The Wisteria Lilac, that's a beautiful name for a player in the Lorraine, 15550, the Tier 8 French artillery. He's saying, I'm at full health, I'll go and spot for you. I'll go and have a look. So what did sit on the cap for a little bit, and they've both been spotted. You can see the GW Panther on 184 health, and the S51, who's just fired and missed, is on 7. Unlucky for the Lorraine, he pushes forward. He tries to snapshot that GW Panther, doesn't quite make it. You can see on the mods that I'm using the reload time on those two artilleries. I don't know if Katz uses a similar mod or not, but he realised that they've both just fired, so he's moving forward. The artillery goes off and kills the S51, so he doesn't need to worry about it. There's only one tank left in the game, and that is the GW Tiger P. So he's just going to get here. He's not going to go too far forward, just enough so we can see, aim, fire, and boom. There's the Top Gun. What a replay from the Muzkateers Platoon. We have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. You can see he's got the Top Gun for getting 6 kills, 1,533 experience. That's with a premium account, but it's not the double. 1,022 base experience, 5 for effect and duelist medal, as well as a second-class mastery badge, which isn't too bad for a tank that is essentially stock apart from the turret. You can see he's spotted, killed, and damaged all of these tanks, and as a result, he ended up with top experience in the game with 1,022 base experience. As I said, that's definitely not the double, that's just the base experience. 1,022, 6 kills, 1,745 damage, which isn't a massive game, but it was a top damage by a considerable margin in the side. But you can see quite a lot of other tanks did well over, comfortably over 1,000 damage, which helped contribute to the win. And not a bad profit as well, 20,000 profit for a game that was essentially in a stock tank. Did a bit of block 700 damage, did a little bit of spotting damage. If you go back to the team score, you'll see Mustang did some spotting damage as well, because that would have been when they were poking around that corner and lighting up those tanks for the artillery. And a really good game. So I hope you've enjoyed this viewers replay from Katz and Mustang in the Muzkateers Platoon at MI6. If you want to platoon with these guys, they're always more than happy to platoon with new players and old alike at MI6 Clan, the best clan on the Southeast Asian server. Another massive hello to Aidan and Sam. I hope you have a great Christmas, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you all next time.